Good morning from Oklahoma. I'm Dave Deken with a look at what's happening in agriculture and rural life across our great state in this episode of Red Dirt and Round Bales. If you live in one of the 77 counties that we call home, you already know that it's been a very busy spring for the weather. And there's been a tool that's helped us keep track of it all every step of the way. Every once in a while, the state builds something so useful that folks almost forget about how remarkable it is. That's just one thing about the Oklahoma Mesonet. It doesn't sit on a skyline. It doesn't have a bronze statue in front of it. Heck, most of the time, it's just a tower in a pasture, or beside a fence line, or near a county road, where the wind has plenty of room to run. But every 5 minutes, day and night, that tower, it's paying attention. It's listening to the temperature, watching the wind, measuring the rain, feeling the soil, keeping an eye on the kind of weather that can change a wheat crop, a cattle herd, a fire line, a school day, or a town's emergency plan. And in Oklahoma, all of that matters. Because around here, weather is not just small talk. Weather is business. Weather is livelihood. A blue norther can come sliding down the plains and knock the heat out of a day. A dry line can sharpen up like a knife. One county can be begging for rain while another one is watching water run over the road. The land can feed you one year and humble you the next. So, Oklahoma built itself a better way to see. The Oklahoma Mesonet was officially commissioned on January 1st, 1994. After Oklahoma State University and the University of Oklahoma joined forces. Now think about that for a second. Cowboys and Sooners working together on purpose? That should tell you how serious the weather business is in our state. Today, the network has 120 stations, at least one in every county. Each one stands with a 10-meter tower and a set of instruments that measure the air above the ground and the soil beneath it. Temperature, humidity, pressure, wind speed, wind direction, rainfall, solar radiation, soil temperature, soil moisture, and so many more. You can almost say it's a statewide nervous system. And it doesn't just say, it's hot in Oklahoma. It says where. It says when. It says how fast the wind shifted, how hard the rain fell, how dry the ground is, and whether a farmer ought to wait before spraying, a rancher should check their cattle, or a fire chief should worry about the grass along the section line. The Mesonet is not just good by Oklahoma standards. It's actually been called by many folks the gold standard for statewide weather and climate networks. That's quite an honor, because lots of places measure weather, like airports, backyard stations, and weather apps. But the Oklahoma Mesonet is different, because it's dense, consistent, maintained, and quality checked. The instruments are calibrated. The data is inspected by computers and people. The network takes in hundreds of thousands of observations every day, then works to make sure those numbers are trustworthy. Now, that's not flashy work. That's somebody driving out to a tower, checking sensors, cleaning equipment, replacing parts, and making sure that a reading from a lonely place in Beaver County or McCurtain County means what it says. And over the years, those towers have seen things. On February 10th, 2011, the Mesonet site near Nowata recorded 31 degrees below zero. That's officially Oklahoma's all-time low temperature. On May 24th of that same year, the Reno Mesonet site recorded a 150.8 mile-an-hour wind gust. And over the years, Freedom hit 113.3 degrees, Okmulgee saw a heat index of 123.4, Goodwell picked up 7.67 inches of rain in just 24 hours. And during the April eclipse a couple years ago, the Valiant station measured a sharp drop in solar radiation as the moon passed between Oklahoma and the sun. But the Mesonet was there in March of 2026 when Beaver hit 106 degrees, which was the highest March temperature ever recorded in Oklahoma, because the Mesonet was there. Those aren't just trivia numbers. They are little mile markers in the weather life of a state. They tell us what the sky has done. They help us prepare for what it might do again. And the Mesonet's work reaches further than most people realize. A teacher can use it in the classroom. A rancher can check the cattle comfort index before a dangerous cold snap or a summer heat wave. A farmer can look at soil moisture and spray conditions. Emergency managers use Mesonet tools through OK First to make public safety decisions when storms are coming. Fire managers can watch humidity, wind, drought, and fuel conditions before a grass fire gets away. In other words, the Mesonet turns weather into decisions. That may be its greatest gift, because Oklahoma always had people who knew how to read the sky. They looked west in the evening. They smelled rain before it arrived. They knew what it meant when the wind laid down or the clouds started building like anvils. The Mesonet, it didn't replace that old wisdom. It gave sharper eyes. It took the instinct of a farmer at the gate, the concern of a volunteer firefighter, the training of a meteorologist, and the worry of a parent watching a storm line. And it gave them all better information. This network is science, but it is also service. It's universities and technicians and meteorologists and taxpayers and landowners, all tied together by a simple idea. In a state where weather can be beautiful, generous, violent, and strange, people deserve to know what is happening close to home. A map might make Oklahoma look like one place. The Mesonet reminds us it is many places at once. A pasture in Osage County, a cotton field in Altus, a red dirt road outside of Woodward, a piney hollow in McCurtain County, each with its own wind, its own rain, its own heat, its own warning signs. And every 5 minutes, the Oklahoma Mesonet is there, taking the measure of it, quietly, faithfully, like a neighbor who never sleeps when weather is on its way. And maybe that's why it matters so much. Because some places survive by luck. Oklahoma, well, it's never been able to count on that. We survive by watching, learning, preparing, and helping one another. And for more than 30 years now, the Oklahoma Mesonet has helped us do exactly that. To learn more about the Oklahoma Mesonet, visit reddirtandroundbales.com. I'm Dave Deken, and we'll talk with you next week when we take another look at rural life and agriculture in Oklahoma on Red Dirt and Round Bales.